This concert is going to be a fun concert because it's my last concert. It's my farewell concert to the university. The concert will be on April the 21st at 7:30, and it's under the auspices of the Patron of the Arts series. I think it's $5 entry. See, I started the mariachi in 1998, and that was a fun time. It really is. But we didn't have anything. We didn't have uniforms, trajes, that is. And we had an abundance of guitars, okay, but very few violins. Well, I've come from a musical family. My father was a singer. My mother was a singer. My mother had a coloratura soprano voice. When I was in Del Mar, I traveled to Mexico. Then I went under the auspices of the USO. We went to Japan, Korea, Okinawa, and when I was in Eastern New Mexico University, I continued going to. I again went to Mexico, and then when I graduated, my choir director called me. I was working for the telephone company at the time, and my choir director called me, and he said he needed a tenor to go to Europe to sing in the Beethoven's Mass in C, and I was the tenor soloist for that particular one. With the mariachi, I've traveled to Mexico, Guadalajara, Mexico, where we went to the Encuentro Internacional del Mariachi, La Cherrería. For 5 years we went there. And that's an invitation, by the way, they invite you. Then we had the pleasure of representing Brownsville for the All-America City in 2001. We were also asked to go to and be part of the inaugural, George W. Bush inaugural in 2005. We went there. We've traveled to Tucson, Arizona. We've traveled to New Mexico. We've talked all over the place. But in 2013, we were invited to go to St. Petersburg, Russia, and we went there by invitation of the chairman of the music department there at Herzen University music department. It was a wonderful experience. I took 12 students, and it was a great experience. Well, I started in 78 with TSC, and then eventually I went on to UTB TSC, and now I'm leaving with UTB TSC, but I think it's been a wonderful experience. I've had I couldn't ask for better colleagues. The faculty has been tremendous. We're all like a little family. It's like my second family. A lot of them have gotten a degree and they're now teaching mariachi. I have a husband and wife teaching in Mercedes as the orchestra director and the mariachi director, and I have students teaching in San Benito. I have people teaching in Edinburgh, and they're all over the place. I always wanted my mariachi has always been in my blood. I mean, I've ever since I heard Jorge Negrete and Javier Solís and Pedro Infante perform in the movies and what have you, and of course Jose Alfredo Jimenez, bar none. And so I decided that even though I didn't know that much about mariachi, I thought I knew mariachi, but I didn't really know that much about mariachi. I started a mariachi group as a chorus, and this was in 1998. And little by little, by going to conferences, like say for instance, the Encuentro Internacional del Mariachi La Cherrería in Guadalajara, we go there, and as part of the conference, you have workshops, and you learn the different styles and how to play them. It's something that people here in Brownsville really enjoy. And I've been doing this for a while, just since 1998, and we've had a lot of success because here in Lower Rio Grande Valley, you don't have as many mariachis. Well, a lot of the mariachis that are here now, I can name you 4 different mariachis that have former students, and some of my students are in those mariachis, you understand? You have Sol Azteca, Real del Valle, we have Mariachi Zacatecas, you have, it used to be an all-female mariachi, Margaritas, now it's combined. There's a whole bunch of mariachis out there. 4 of them that I know of or have students. Gala de Mexico has one of my students in it, but they continue and they make money from this experience, and I think that's very good. You asked me if it was successful. Yes, that's a good example of why it's been successful. But my students, all my students, have been my greatest experience. And I'm talking about music appreciation students. I'm talking about elementary music students. I'm talking about my choral students. Some of my choral students are teaching choir right now. Okay? Some vocal students are teaching choir at the elementary level, at the high school level, and junior high level. So like mariachi students, all these are my students. These are my students, and I will always cherish them for as long as I can remember.